Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta, and thanks everyone for tuning into our channel this week. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you watching us every week. And don't forget to like our videos, hit the thumbs up, that's what it's there for, and also to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get notifications when we do our chats. And we would love it if you would subscribe, as I mentioned before. We would love that. And
Yes.
today, yes, we would. And today we're still coming to you from our homes separately, as we're still in shelter in place. As you all know, we're in Northern California and we're still in shelter at home. So we're doing this again. All right, let's start this off with some teas. What teas are we drinking today? So do you want to start, Gloria?
Sure. Today we are going to have Good Earth chai tea. The ingredients are black tea, cardamom, pepper, cinnamon, and other natural spices.
I like that. That's good earth. I have not seen the chai tea one. Remember we drank the spicy cinnamon one?
Yes. So this one is going to be a different one for us to try. I might have to do a drive by my office, even though I'm sheltering at home, to get some tea. Oh, it smells lovely.
Okay, nice. So
And
you
what are
haven't
you
reached that.
drinking?
All right. Well, I'm drinking this tea right here, and it is an organic jasmine green tea. So that's what I'm
Nice.
drinking. It's just a regular organic, and it's by Touch Organics right here, if you can see that.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
And this is what it looks like, the packet, and this is what they look like. I forgot to smell it when I took it out of the packet because it's seeping. Oh, but I can smell it through the packet.
Oh,
Smells
nice.
very good. And I have had mine seeping. So I want to go ahead and try mine. I'm excited because this is the first time I've tried it.
Okay.
The tea box that I just found with all my other teas, and I thought, okay, let's try this green tea. So let's see. All right.
Yes.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Cheers, my friend.
Oh, yes, very good. Simple green tea. Very nice.
Excellent. Excellent. So today, of course, we're going to kick it off talking about Ellen. As you know, she's been sheltering at home with her wife, Portia. And it's just been so funny because I think they're ready to get out of the house. And I know last Saturday she did a event with Elton John, and it was entertainers and musicians from around the world. They're at their own home, however, they're performing. I got the pleasure of seeing, I think it was Pacelli. I
Andrea
always mess up.
Bocelli?
Yes, I always mess up his name. I love him. So I got to,
Bocelli.
I mean, he just sitting at home, chilling, and just knocked the socks off. Mariah Carey was at home, but she had like earphones and she had a pianist and stuff like that. It was just really cool for people to do this in support of raising money for the coronavirus. So Ellen got to talk a little bit, and that part was really, really cool. In the same fashion, Rosetta and I were talking about Rachel Maddow, and she's with MSNBC. And I wanted Rosetta to kind of kick it off and talk a little bit about our Governor Newsom.
Yes, I do. And, you know, being a Californian, living in Northern California, at this moment in time, I am just really, really proud to be a Californian because of the way that Governor Gavin Newsom, let's get this straight, Gavin Newsom, he is an incredible leader for this
Yes.
state. And I was watching the Rachel Maddow show on MSNBC, and I wrote down some things. Had I not watched the show, I would have not known these things were taking place. I do know that California, we are in much better shape than a lot of the states out there in this nation of ours. in the United States. And I just wanted to read out some really great information that I learned. And it is really important to state that we know that the coronavirus is spreading. But what is really important is that we are quick and decisive on the actions that we take in each state.
Yes.
And what I'm so proud of is that Governor Newsom, he is someone who has taken the charge and the lead in our state of California. And I just wanted to read you some of the things that was mentioned in her show, in her talk show. So California, we are not actually in a real state of panic or need at this time, although we do have the coronavirus and people are getting the COVID-19. We're not in a state where we're in frenzy like New York or New Jersey or some other states. And that's because
Right.
of the quick, it has to be quick and decisive action of our governor. And it really matters when you take action. And I'm going to just explain to you, as of yesterday, which was April the 7th, Gavin Newsom actually was shipping out working ventilators to other states. So I'm going to read to you,
Yes.
there's 100 sent to New Jersey, 100 sent to New York, 100 sent to Illinois, and these others, 50 of the ventilators were sent to Washington, D.C., Maryland, and New Jersey. And the reason why we as a state, California, are able to send these ventilators to these states is because we are not in dire need. However,
Yes.
Gavin Newsom does say that it's not like we're out of the woods yet. He knows that when we need them, he will ask for them back. But at this time, those states are in dire need of the ventilators. So what we did, and there are several steps that we did, which is why we are leading the charge and why I'm so proud to be in this state, is number one, California had the first known case of coronavirus from someone who had not visited China or come in contact
Right.
with anyone that had the virus. So we're not sure how they contracted it, but they had that, and it was back in late February. Step number two, mid-March, the governor banned large gatherings and closed down all nightclubs and pubs because he found them non-essential. And that
Right.
was where the most crowds were gathering. Number three, by March the 16th, San Francisco Bay Area put in place the country's first stay-at-home order. And within 3 days of that, our Governor Newsom, decided that he's going to make that stay-at-home order for the rest of the state, to make California state have
Right.
that effective. And we were the first state in the whole country to do that. So our governor was very quick to jump on what San Francisco Bay Area had done. And because of his
Yes.
fast acting decisions, and they were fast, they have to be fast and they have to be very decisive, we actually have benefited from this. So we have benefited immensely. So
Yes.
there is a graph that shows two lines, and one line is New York and one line is California, and New York has been going up and up and up, whereas California has been steadily evened out. And we found out something very, very, this is going to be groundbreaking, and this is big news, that within the last 48 hours, and I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure that I got the right information, Gavin Newsom has secured a consortium of nonprofits and manufacturers here in California, upwards of 200 million masks on a monthly basis to supply to the needs of our
Wow.
state, which is
Yes.
California. So he said that he's entered a number of contracts in the last few days. So he didn't put it in detailed wording, but what he wants is to let all the other states figure out how they're going to get their supply of PPE equipment, but he wants to separate and figure out through the buying power of California how they, or how we as a state, can get our own masks. And he has secured contracts to get get this, 150 million N95 masks and 50
Wow.
million surgical masks. And this is monthly, not just yearly, monthly. And this is going to take place starting in a few weeks. And Gavin
Wow.
Newsom's mission is we equipped California first, and there is potential to help other states as well. Because if we're getting 150 million, well, 200 in total, I'm sure every month we're going to be able to give some to other states and help them out, just like he's helped out other states with our ventilators. So California, this is big, big news, and we are doing something right.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to Gloria earlier, and she was saying, wow, this is amazing. Our governor is really amazing. He could skip the line and jump to being president.
I
I would
know.
love him to be president. I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah.
So everyone, you heard it from us, or if you've heard it on the TV or news, California isn't out of the woods, but we are doing something, and our governor was quick and decisive, which is why we're benefiting right now.
Absolutely. And as I shared with you, I have a friend in Italy that I talk to every day or at least every other day. And because Italy and California, they have 40 million citizens. We have 45 million citizens. Their environment is like ours. They are near water. They have, beautiful weather. They have mountains. The climate is a lot like ours. So one of the things that she shared with me is she goes, don't look at Italy and China and the United States and Spain. She said, if we were to look at Italy and if we were to put California and do a grid, we would see that our governor is doing a fabulous job because he's been able to slow the curve. He said that we're not out of the water. We haven't been able to take the curve all the way down. It is going, the slope is going down. It's just that he wants to make sure that as it goes down, it's not going to expand out to the point that we're going to, have this second wave and it's going to be worse than the first. I like the fact that he's not just taking care of us right now. He's looking toward the future. He's making sure that we are going to be safe for the long haul, which is, I'm just so grateful because I feel sorry for some of the states where they have people, their leaders are not requesting that they shelter in home. They're not requesting that they do any personal distancing. They're acting like California and New York are just big states and we're a little bitty state and this could never happen to us. Famous last words. I know a lot of the governors and mayors are retracting what they've said in the past because their citizens are starting to die. So I'm grateful that we have, Governor Newsom. And you also shared with me that there was a state in particular that you were looking at where they had to go and vote yesterday, right?
Yes, yes, that was Wisconsin. Wisconsin had to go out and vote. And this is really crazy because I'm just going to talk about a little bit about this. Because Wisconsin, they could have actually postponed it. But no, I'm going to read to you again what I have, some information here, what I've written down, because it was the Republican legislator led by conservative-only state Supreme Court majority and a conservative-only U.S. Supreme Court majority that they all insisted that this is the way it should be, that the residents of Wisconsin should physically leave their house and go out and vote. They would not delay the voting. They would not allow people to do mail-in ballots. And even the people that had registered to do mail-in ballots, they wouldn't allow them to extend that mail-in ballot. So here we are,
Right.
all these people going out to vote. And the worst thing is, originally they had 160 voting places, poll places that they can go and vote for. They reduced it down to five voting places that they could vote for. So could you imagine all these people lining up? And they said that it was taking the residents 1.5 to 2 hours just to vote. Now, could you imagine? This is like, it's not just young people, it's everyone, like the
Right.
elderly as well. So you're putting the elderly at serious, serious risk of contracting this COVID-19. So what, I mean, I don't quite get it. I mean, I
I don't
understand,
either.
well, I do get it because it's just the Republicans being very selfish and making sure that everyone votes. Because this is my theory, and I think it's true, because if they make everyone go and vote, they know that not everyone is going to go out and vote. If they did mail-in ballots, it's easier for people to vote. So you'll get more people participating in the votes. But because they didn't want to lose the election, the Republicans in
Right.
Wisconsin, they decided to keep the voting as in-person only. So that, eliminates a lot of people that have decided they don't want to go out and vote, or for some reason they're working because they're in a field that's necessary and they can't take the time off to go and vote. So looking at the videos, it's quite sad. You see like people, elderly
Yeah.
people being wheeled in to vote, and the long lines, and people with masks as well, and crazy, crazy. It's just, I don't understand. It
You
was
said they also
overturned.
closed.
What's that?
You also said that they closed a number of the polling places that they could go vote,
Yes, there
right?
was originally 160 voting polling places, and they closed them all and left only 5 open. So everyone in Wisconsin is dwindling to the five polling places. It's ridiculous. I mean, I just don't
That's
understand
that's
it.
so far. Especially when you're supposed to be trying to physically distance, and you're going to take 160 locations and crunch that down to 5 and make huge lines. I don't understand. I don't understand what the government is thinking when it's supposed to be you are here to serve the people, that the people are not getting the quality service that we all know that we need and deserve.
Well, we know what they're thinking. They're being very selfish and thinking of, oh, we need to win, right? Because the Democrats actually put in place that it's going to be, we can do mail-in ballots, but the registration, the Republican legislators overturned that, so everybody had to go out and vote. So that's what it is, and they said that this is how it's going to be. No ifs, ands, and buts. So that's what they did yesterday. They spent, I don't know, probably 2, 3 hours there. They said it's 1.5 to 2 hours. That's how long people had to wait, but that's average. Could have been longer. Never know.
Sad.
It is sad.
Well, we wanted to send out our congratulations to Jeannie Ma from the TV talk show. It's called The Real. She is engaged to Jeezy. So we just wanted to say congratulations to them. I know this is a crazy time, but it's good to hear that love is still around.
Yes,
It's
they had a
always.
COVID date night. That's what they called it, and he proposed to her, and she looks gorgeous. They look very happy together.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Congratulations, Jeezy and Jenny Ma.
Yes, I'm glad that they're still sheltering in place, because we're losing a lot of really wonderful people. Our frontline doctors and nurses, they are some extraordinary people throughout the entire world. They are stepping out and putting their lives at risk. I was watching Good Morning America, and they were talking about this husband and wife. They're both doctors, and they had to send their children away because they're both being of service to people, trying to help with the virus. And they number one, they didn't want to run the risk that if they got sick, they would get their kids sick. And also they wanted to make sure that where their children were, they were safe. So they have to like use FaceTime and things like that. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I just miss a hug. I miss hugs. So I was talking to some of my networking ladies yesterday on a webinar, and we were like, I can't wait to see you so I can give you a hug. So there's going to be a whole lot of hugs going on soon.
Yes, and so my thing is, I can't wait for that as well. But however, I believe, and this is my thinking, I might be wrong, but I believe our new normal will be when it gets back to whatever the new normal will be, this virus is not going away. I think the normal will be where everyone can still go out and about, but we're all going to still have to wear masks. That's my thinking. And it's going to
The
be an
ladies were
everyday
really cute.
norm. But as
Yes.
long as we can get out there and see our friends, because I'm missing that too.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. You know, everyone's like, oh, I can't wait for the virus to be over so we can go back to the norm. And I'm like, the norm as you know it, that's not how it's going to be. This virus has shifted a lot. It has shifted how we live. It has shifted, hopefully, it has shifted people realizing you can't continue to do the same thing and expect different results. I think that we, the people of the world that vote people into office, have to take a responsibility of saying, no, no more. This negative, neurotic behavior is not acceptable. If I am mean and you are meaner, then the meanest one wins. That's not the case. I have found for myself that I know the new norm is going to be very different. And I keep saying to people, I hope you realize you are going to be more accountable for your action. Parents are going to actually have to become parents again and stop trying to be someone's friend, because if anything, this should scare you into realizing you can't let your child go out and do bad things and expect the world as a total to just, keep moving along. Nothing's different, no biggie, because that's just not what this virus has shown us. This virus hit the world, not just a little entity, the whole world. And for our government, who was informed of this in November of last year, got a new report in January that said this is not just something that could happen, it's here, and everyone just ignored it. That's just not going to work. You have to be accountable for your actions.
And he was pre-warned that this is going to become an epidemic. And
Yeah,
I believe that he was thinking it was a joke and a hoax. That's
yeah.
how he was like portraying it. He was acting like it wasn't anything serious. But we were, as a state, forewarned. So that's what you have. That's how it is. This is how the cookie crumbled, and we have to work with it.
Yeah. And and along the same lines, we have, people that are being furloughed. That's the new word, furloughed. Not only are they furloughing them from their jobs, but then they're not continuing to take care of the benefits. And we know they need benefits because of the virus. So I always listen to people saying, this person gave $1 million. This person gave $1 million. And I think someone had said, like, the CEO of Facebook gave $25 million. And I always say to myself, if you've got 100+ billion with a B dollars, you should do something. You should show up and show the world, if you take care of us now, when business resumes, we will take care of you. So the CEO, his name is Jack Dorsey of Twitter, just pledged $1 billion to help fight the coronavirus. Now, to me, that is how you show up. And all of these companies, I want you to hear my voice. You're running around and you're gouging us now. I had Rosetta laughing at me. I finally got toilet paper and paper towels, woohoo, at Costco. And they put them in a bigger pack, but it was $40 for just 2 items. Things like a dozen eggs is like over $6, almost $7. If people don't realize one day this is going to go away and there will be an abundance. And I know myself, I'm going to shop with the people that I felt were kinder to us during this pandemic than somebody that was trying to take what little money we have. People, I was talking to a lady, she is a low income person. She's retired. She's on Social Security. She's like, I can't afford no $7 for a dozen eggs. I mean, they're not thinking, they're just raising everything across the board. So my hat is off to Jack Dorsey for his $1 billion pledge. I know like Oprah Winfrey did 9 million. I think Rihanna did 5 million. And Steph and Aisha Curry set up a fund, Leonardo DiCaprio, and the list goes on and on and on. Ryan Reynolds and his wife. So people are showing up to help. It's just that the people that's got the big money, the billionaires, we don't hear their names a lot. At least I don't.
No, I haven't heard too many names, but you never know. There could be people out there doing it and they don't want to be splashed all over the social media. So
And that
good
could
for
be
you
true.
if you're one of those people that have more than enough and
Yes.
have given, great for you. But there are so many people out there that are, you know, much more well-to-do than the normal people that we know. And it would be nice if everybody could actually pitch in
Yeah.
financially. That would be something that if I know that if I have that much money, that would be the first thing. I wouldn't even need to be asked. That would be the
Thank
first thing
you.
I would do.
I would take care of my employees. Like, okay, I don't know his name. I know his name, but I can't think of it now. But the CEO of Amazon, they kept everything running. They kept their manufacturing warehouses, all of that working. And yet they're not doing anything to distance their employees or to take care of their employees. You know, I can't believe people had to walk off the jobs like Whole Foods and Instacart because you're getting orders and you're having to go to the store, shop, take the food to the person's house, give it to them, get paid. I mean, all that interaction. If you are worth billions of dollars, you know, take care of your employees. You're going to need them when this is over. And if you take care of them now, they will be there with you in the long run. So please take care of your employees. Rosetta also shared with me that there were some healthcare individuals that went to help New York.
Yes, there were. So yesterday it was World Health Day, and there was actually a picture of some healthcare workers that flew from Atlanta to New York to help out in the crises and the high demand that they're needing. And they have a picture of them on the aeroplane, and that's them flying over to help them. And I think that was really, really nice. Now, I was told by a
Excellent.
friend of mine who's a respiratory therapist that she saw an ad from New York, and I'm not sure where it came from, but she said that she saw it because she's a respiratory therapy, and she was just putting it out there saying that they were offering 7,000 a week as a salary for any respiratory therapist that wanted to go over to New York to help. If you're a nurse, they would be paying you 10,000. And she was just putting out there saying, well, is it really worth it? Because she's heard of people that, yes, you're a healthcare worker, you're passionate about what you do, and you really want to
Right.
help the sick people, but do you want to risk your life for it? Because she's heard that some
Right.
people have gone over to New York and after a week they've flown back because it was just too, it's not just the demand and labor intensive, it's just the emotional stress you get from it. It's so emotionally draining that I could only imagine. Yes, if I was a respiratory therapist or a nurse, I would really like, I'd be torn. I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because in one way, I'd want to help.
Yes.
In another way, do I really want to risk my life for it? So, what do you think, Gloria?
I completely agree. If they had the proper PPE, then I would say, you know, and like you said, it's not the money, it's just being able to go and help and be of service. However, every time I see a video or a show about New York, a lot of people are still not distancing. they're just doing just like they're doing here in California. It's like I can't get it, so I'm not worried about it. So I would have to second guess, especially if I had young children, if I would do that. I don't think I would, just based on money though. I think it would have to be more of a conscious decision than just a financial decision.
Yeah. So what would you do, people watching our chats? If you're a
Yes.
healthcare worker, would you consider going to New York to helping them out? And I know healthcare workers
Yes.
don't do it for the money.
Comment below.
Yes, we'd love to hear your feedback and your comments.
Yes. So are you still working on your little funnies? We've got about 5 minutes left. So you got any jokes for us today?
Yes, I do have some jokes. All right, let's go with my jokes. All right, I wrote them down so I don't forget. All right, joke number 1. Why is the sun so smart?
Why is the sun so smart? Aha, you know I'm going to say something cute. Most people would go, because of the father. I'm going, because his mommy is smart.
The sun, oh, sun. Sorry.
Well, you're talking about
Sun
the
is
sun in the
spelled
sky?
S-U-N. I'm talking about the sun in the sky.
Okay, why is the sun so smart? Because it's hot.
Because it has over 500 degrees.
Okay, that's a good one. Next.
All right, next. What do you get when you cross a turtle and a llama?
A turtle and a llama. Confusion. I don't know. What?
You get a turtleneck sweater.
A turtleneck sweater. Okay, you and these little jokes. I think we're gonna keep this part going because you. I love them. I
All
love
right,
the
I have
jokes.
just 2 more.
Okay,
What do you call 52 slices of bread?
a loaf.
A deck of carbs. A deck of carbs.
I know, carbohydrates. A deck of carbs. All right, my dear.
And the last one. How did
Yes,
Reese eat her ice cream?
in pieces.
And the answer is with a spoon. Reese
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon,
Yeah, her
Witherspoon,
last name, Witherspoon.
with a
That,
spoon.
no, I love those. I love those. So Wendy Williams is back on her show. She just started it yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to check it out. So how you doing?
How you doing?
So I will check it out, and then next week we'll kind of talk about hot topics. And just a FYI to ladies and gents too, essential stores are going to be mandated to close down areas that are non-essential. So I was in Costco trying to get paper towels and toilet paper, and people were looking at landscaping and plants, and I'm like, get your food and get out. So somebody, because the line is long. So like Walmart and Target, they're going to actually start restricting the aisles that people will be able to shop. So my sister called me and she's like, if you need to go get some hair dye, you better hurry up. And I was like, I keep teasing Rosetta. My great niece has all these wigs. I mean, blonde wigs, green wigs, pink. So I told her, I said, I'm good. I'll just start wearing a different color wig
Well,
every
I
week.
want to see it. Now's the time
Okay,
to do
baby.
it.
Hey, that's right. So maybe next week when you see me, you won't even know who I am.
I'll be shocked. I'll be blown away.
Oh, well,
But
thank you. Yes.
along those lines of shutting down, I don't know when that's going to happen. I hadn't heard of that. So that's good to know because I'll look out for that. But on that line, you know what LA are doing? They're telling everyone they have to wear a mask. And if they go into store, it's under the discretion of the employee if they want to serve that person without a mask. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't, but that's wonderful. The
Yeah.
one of the meetings I was in yesterday, with my setting spray, it keeps your makeup on your face and off your clothes. And so they said, Gloria, you have to figure out how to ship elixir because they'll be able to spray their face and wear their mask and their makeup won't come off their mask. Because
Yeah.
I believe that masks are going to be a part of our future. I don't think, even when we're allowed to go back to work, I don't think people are going to just be able to roam. I think we're going to have some form of protection because everyone's not conscious enough not to stay away. Yesterday, this dude was walking down the aisle coughing. No gloves, no mask, didn't put his hand over his mouth, nothing, just coughing out in the air.
Well, that's the same story. Remember with the bus driver?
Yeah, do you believe that poor man died in 4 days after he
Yes.
posted that video?
Yes, because the lady was hacking up a storm in the bus. She didn't cover
Yeah,
her mouth, and he was putting the
nothing.
video out to make everyone aware. And 4 days later, there he goes, passes away.
And he looked like a good, young, healthy person. And, you know, I'm a person of color. And so they're saying that the COVID is not very kind to, you know, people of color. I guess the death rate right now is climbing in the African American and the Latino
Yes,
American population. So my husband has special conditions. So even though I feel great, I think I could go out, I just can't run the risk of bringing something home that's going to get him sick.
yeah, you don't want
So
to do that.
I just have to shelter in place
Like a good little girl, we have
like
to
a good
shelter
little
in place.
girl. But I owe you a lot of hugs when I get to see you because I miss you so much.
I can't wait, cannot wait.
All right. So we'd like to thank you all for tuning in again.
Yes, we really enjoyed our chat today. We came out with some great news. I'm so proud to be a Californian. Way to go.
Yes.
Governor Newsom, Gavin
Yes.
Newsom is doing a wonderful job.
We give you an applaud because you're a great governor. Great governor.
Great governor. Everyone needs to learn from him. And we
Yes.
appreciate everyone for tuning into our chats. We really do. Because without you, we wouldn't have our chats. We would
That's
love for
right.
you to subscribe, thumbs up, hit the bell button for
Yes.
notifications. And if you would like to comment or give us feedback, we love that. And just to let you know,
Absolutely.
if any of you out there are watching and make teas, have a tea shop, or would love us to try any, we would love to do that. If you have
Yes.
a tea shop, we could visit when we get back to the new norm. And we would love to review your teas and tea shop in our future chats, whenever that would
Yes.
be.
Yes.
Yes. So thanks so much, everyone, for checking us out again. And remember to always
Always
keep
keep
smiling.
smiling.
Take care now. Bye bye. Stay positive.
Bye.